Hi, and welcome to the next edition of Diary of a Hypnotherapist, my own personal practice of reflecting on the week gone by to see what learning that I can take forward to the next week to make it a better week. And as you can probably tell from the background, there's not been that much work gone on this week. We're still in Canada and just about to fly home this evening, actually. And it doesn't mean that there isn't still some really valid reflections that I can take forward into what's going to be a really busy week ahead of me. And the first thing that I've really noticed is kindness. The people in Canada that we've come across are just phenomenally kind. And it's a value that's really important to me. But what I've noticed here is we had a situation where, as tourists, we were a little bit lost. And several people stopped and just said, "Can we help you?" Complete strangers. But they'd picked up on that anxiety in someone else and wanted to help. Kindness is a really important value to me and one that I hope I use extensively. But what I'm going to ramp up even more is not waiting to be asked for help, but offering it. And that's the first thing that I'd also love to communicate out to others is if you see someone that's experiencing anxiety, ask them if they want help. Because as soon as they offered that help, our anxiety levels just dropped because we knew that there was someone that could guide us in the right way and we were no longer lost. The second thing that I touched on in my video of last week is the power of nature. 90% of the population of Canada live within 150 miles of the American border. Huge swathes of this land are left to nature, and nature's just got it sussed because nature lives in the moment. It's not the trees, the lakes are not worrying about what's happening tomorrow or next week, and that may sound a bit weird, but it kind of makes sense when you're here. Everything is happening in the moment, and when something goes wrong, it's dealt with in the moment. Nature has a phenomenal way. They had a problem with beetles here in the forests, but a natural fire came through and the beetles were all destroyed, and now the forest is regenerating, which forests need to do to be healthy. And so the second thing I'm going to take away with me from my experience here in Canada is to spend more time in the moment. The future hasn't happened. The past can't be changed. But the now is the moment that you can really enjoy. And the now is also the moment that if something's going wrong, that you can deal with it in the now. So my two messages from this week that I'm taking forward myself and I'd love to share with you too is be kind. Help others because by helping them you're reducing their anxiety and that helps everyone. And secondly, be present. Just be in the moment and enjoy the sea, the clouds, the weather, whatever is going on. There's always something you can find that's positive. Be more nature. I'll leave that with you and I will look forward to sharing my next video with you in a week's time. Bye for now.